and welcome to MVP Huddle with Casper and Cheryl with I Am Love Builders. Hey, we're excited to have you with us. We want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We have a new TV show that has launched. Actually, the premiere is going to be the 21st of November. So we are gearing up for that. We have a card game we're looking for some beta testers for. It's a relationship game. And it's free to do the beta test. So if you want to do that, just check that out. We have 2 micro networks. We're going to be sharing more information with you over the next few weeks. If you have a podcast and you want to get it on TV, let us know and we will help you with that. We have a free Facebook group, Most Valuable Podcast Network. We do 15-minute interviews and share those interviews with over 100K different social media communities that we have. Cheryl and I wrote a book called Divorce Proofing Your Marriage. It is out on Amazon at the hot new release on Amazon. And I am finishing up a book called Mastering Adam, Becoming the Best Adam for Your Eve, and that'll be out sometime in December. And we have the Most Valuable Partner Club call, which is this is the first part of it's the Huddle. And the exclusive call that we do at the top of the hour will be coming up very shortly. That's right. All right, so today we are going to talk about we're going to talk about the 10 things happy couples do.
All right.
And our tagline is, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So
that's right.
You would think that we would be pretty versed on these topics of what happy couples do.
Right.
Right. So we're not going to be able to get into detail on the 10 during the huddle. We'll probably touch on all 10. In fact, I'll probably just go through the list real quick and then we'll touch on a few. And then during the partner club call, the exclusive call, we'll get into more detail because we want our MVP members to really be happy.
Yes,
for
Makes
sure.
No sense to be married and miserable.
Exactly. So number 1 is go to bed together. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's novel. Yes.
Have shared interests. Very important. Hold hands. Also very important. Focus on the positive. And there's a lot of positives in marriage, and there's some challenges, but focus on the positive. Right? Forgive.
Yes.
Another big one we talk about all the time. Say I love you. Ooh. Yeah, it's surprising couples don't really say that anymore sometimes, right? Communicate. Right? Another big one of the top 3 or so, communication. Compromise or collaborate. Share affection. And show respect. Those are the top 10. So which one do you want to dive into first?
Let's just start at the top and work our way down.
Okay. So go to bed together. Now, I was back in another life.
Okay.
I like to have a king-size bed in case there was an argument. I can still go to bed.
Okay.
Because it's a king-size bed. I never had to touch them.
You didn't have to touch them and they didn't have to touch you. Yeah. And everybody's just in their own
little space on the bed.
Okay.
Right, because I wasn't about to go to the couch. That was not an option.
Oh, okay. All right. So, do you want a king size bed now?
No, now I got a queen size bed, with a queen in it, and I'm happy. But go to bed together. But don't just go to bed together. Be close to each other.
Snuggle.
Yeah. Right? That's what called spooning or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Whatever they call it.
Yeah, they call it spooning. So I normally want to spoon with you, but you got that fan on, so I got to turn the opposite direction.
Okay, so there's different stages in marriage, and women have their own stages of marriage, and our stage requires a lot of air circulating, a lot of air, and at certain points of the night, more air than others.
Yeah.
We have to have air.
Cool
I get air.
It. I'm not mad at you. I just can't be over there.
Because you're afraid of the
I'm not afraid of the air. It's just it my sinuses.
Oh, it bothers your sinuses. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I have 2 fans.
So it says here, going to bed at the same time shows that you want to experience a closeness that can only be found in bed.
That's right.
I have found that some of our best conversations occur with my head on my husband's shoulder. I guess this is a female writing this. lying in bed.
Mm-hmm.
My husband likes to stay up later than I do, but he also likes to cuddle with me in bed. So,
And I agree with that because I like laying on your chest when we're in bed, either just talking or we're watching a movie,
right.
and we normally fall asleep together.
Yeah, the movie watches
The
us.
movie watches us, yes.
Yeah. Another one I think we should touch on is holding hands.
Yes.
And I can recall back to one of our first dates, or one of our
It was
dates,
our first
date.
Uh-huh.
And you seemed to think that I had a desire to hold your hand. So you asked me, do you want to hold my hand? And I said, yes, I do. Because I wanted to be happy.
Yes.
And it made me happy to hold your hand.
Yes.
So
and we've been holding hands ever since.
We have. And even after 22 years this month,
Yes.
we still hold hands.
Yes, we do.
So holding hands is important.
Yes, it is.
Another one is focus on the positive.
Yes, and when you have challenges in your relationship, this is a big one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could just let it repeat in your mind over and over and over again the negatives to the point it just drowns out anything good, and the whole atmosphere becomes negative or toxic.
Right.
So it is important to rehearse the positives in your relationship and not let the negatives take over.
Yeah, and it could easily take over, like you talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be a challenge with finances, could be the kids, but you have to sometimes make a very conscious effort to not go there.
Right.
Right. To stay positive.
And then, if you're a believer, that's when you just take everything to the Lord in prayer. You just release it into His hands, and don't let yourself get all worked up. Don't let it steal your joy. Right.
Absolutely. Okay. Another one we talk about all the time, so we might as well mention it here, and that's forgive.
Oh wow, that's crucial, because as we have said in the past, unforgiveness is you poisoning you.
Right.
You are like drinking poison when you refuse to forgive, because it affects you. It affects your health, your attitude. It affects every aspect of your existence, because you're holding all that unforgiveness in.
Yeah, and it says here, one of the hardest things to do is to forgive, as we mentioned.
It is.
But couples that are happily married freely forgive each other. Freely forgive. So it's not, it's not even, you don't hold on to it at all, because it's a cancer, it's a poison to you for sure. Right. And if you're a believer, the Bible says to forgive, and one disciple asked Jesus how many times? 70 times 7.
And they said, Lord, please increase our faith.
Increase our faith for that one. Right? So.
But you want to forgive, and I agree with that about couples who are married the longest. They learn how to forgive. Right. And the thing about forgiveness, or lack thereof, is that you forget that you make mistakes too. Right.
And God forgave you.
Yes.
So, hey, you need to forgive. Say, I love you. Now, I love you is a very important sentence. Happily married couples like to tell each other. When you say the words, you are reminding your spouse and reaffirming for yourself of the love that you feel. And I think couples who have been married for a while, they kind of just, she knows I love her. Or, it's an assumption.
Right.
But it's important to say it. I guess not every day, but say it enough.
Right.
And some spouses' love language is
words of affirmation.
And they definitely need to hear that you love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I know you love me.
I know you love, but I want to hear it.
Yes.
Tell me you want.
I mean, if it's really true, you shouldn't have any problem saying it.
Correct. Yeah, you shouldn't have any problems. And then, how we always say, it's not always what you say, but how you say it.
Right.
So you could say I love you in a way that's like, no, you don't.
Yeah. It's not even sincere. You're just saying that to shut me up or move me along. Yeah, you don't really mean it.
And another one we can touch on is, well, we've talked about communication a lot, which is very important. But I want to end this with show respect. And I've always said, as long as you respect your spouse,
Right.
you're not going to do things that disrespect. Right. You're not
Right.
going to say things that disrespect them.
Mhm.
You're not going to be with the guys or with the ladies and disrespecting your spouse while you're
Right.
out.
Right.
So you
Right.
show respect, not just to them, but you show respect when you're out amongst other people.
Right.
Right.
And I would like to go even a step further, because it's not just showing, it's inclusive.
Right.
Showing respect to your spouse, but respect to your whole marriage,
Right.
your whole institution of marriage. You're respecting it, because in the kingdom of God, that's very important to him.
Yes.
He uses a lot of analogies using marriage. So you want to respect the marriage and the spouse.
Yep. So if you don't already do all 10 things, try incorporating some of these ideas into your own marriage. And we suggest you do it right away.
Yes.
So
Do not wait or delay.
Do not delay, because if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So
Right.
I want to make sure you do that.
I want you to have fun.
Yeah. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us on the Huddle. We're going to continue this conversation on the other side in our MVP group. And, like we always say, we want you to become MVPs.
That's right.
Because when you're working on yourself, your spouse is working on their self together, it forms a really positive,
Phenomenal, powerful couple.
happy and healthy marriage.
That's right.
Right. And like we always say, if you're not having fun,
You're not
you're
doing it right.
We'll see you on the other side. Bye.